Yo, people, what's going on? We're back again with the TBH podcast. If this is your first time tuning in, it's your boy Michael.
Yo, my name's Shaq, bro. Big up yourselves.
And then you got Reggie, like, hey, the gang them, the boys. I'm gonna have to rule that one back still. Right, come, let's go again. I'm dying. Right, 3, 2, 1. Yes, people, what's going on? We're back again. It's the TBH podcast. I'm in the building with my boy
Shaq. Welcome, people.
Tell him again. What I'm going for my boy.
Oh, is it me? The signal, bro. Do you know what? It looked like you, because when you're doing that, up there, it's that Shaq, and then you're doing.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Just let us know who you're pointing up. So you point at me first, then Fred next, yeah?
All right, cool. My bad.
For clarification, it's going to go with Shaq, then it's going to go with Smiley.
Cool.
All right, yeah?
All right, cool.
God damn, right. Cool. Yo, people, what's going on? It's your boy Michael. We're back in the building with the TBH podcast. If this is your first time tuning in, let me introduce you to the man then. We've got my boy.
Yes, bruv. It's Shaq, a.k.a. Django Jr. in the building. Big up yourselves.
And who else we got?
Fred Smiley. You know how it is.
Fred Smiley.
Yes.
All right, so people.
We got
we got
3 takes.
We got some 3 takes, man. No, it really was 3 takes. Watch the outtakes later. But yeah, man, we got some interesting topics to talk about today. There's been a lot going on in the world since we last spoke. I think there's a new word that has surfaced since we last spoke called entanglement, which we got to talk about.
We'll bring that up. We'll bring that later.
That's going to come up. I think since we last spoke, Hamilton dropped as well on Disney Plus. So we're going to talk about a bunch of things, and yeah, let's get it cracking, man.
Yeah, we just got to send our condolences to social media influencer Nicole Thea, and obviously passed away with her baby, and obviously our thoughts and prayers are with her family and her partner Bogger, who obviously they're dancers as well, and they really made an impact on a lot of people. What's the statistic about you're 5 times more likely as a black woman to pass away in childbirth? We don't know what it is at the moment, but thoughts and prayers are with them. So yeah,
absolutely.
All time, every time. Let's start off today then. Let's talk about. Actually, first off, I'm gonna show you something, and then we'll discuss who we're about to talk. So as you can see, people, I'm wearing a very nice T-shirt, but it's not just any kind of T-shirt. Let me just sort the camera out so you lot can see. Yeah, on the back, it's a protest T-shirt made by our brethren Gustav. It says "Hands up, don't shoot." Yeah. You can get this in all.
Got the camera out.
You can get this in all different shapes and sizes. He's just starting out, so he's got extra large and larges. I'll put his social media on the comment section of YouTube when we post it, so you can look it up as well. So big up him. Now, the reason why that was so important to be done is because certain people, certain celebrities, certain big millionaire, billionaire celebrities don't feel the need to do that. Of course, we're talking about Kylie Jenner. Right.
So it surfaced. Go on.
Yeah, go.
So it surfaced. It surfaced, I think, this week or last week about Kylie Jenner getting her hands on a piece of clothing from a London clothing brand, similar to Gustav, that was up and coming or had a bit of a reputation. Kylie Jenner purchased an item of clothing from that brand and supposedly did not tag the brand or tag the brand owner, which obviously, if Kylie Jenner tags your brand and tags your company, then from then onwards, I think everything's going to be sold out. Do you know what I mean? So the lady that owns the company or runs the shop tweeted or made an Instagram post and said, "Oh my God, I can't believe Kylie Jenner's wearing my thing. Me and Kylie Jenner have the same fashion sense now," but she was loving it up. She was super happy. But it took her making the post for everyone to click on that Kylie had the same garments as her, or Kylie had purchased the garments from her company and whatnot. So then this sparked outrage purely because, one, it was around the time of Black Pound Day. So obviously, if you don't know what Black Pound Day is, Black Pound Day, I don't know who it was set up by, but Black Pound Day is a movement where people spend money on black-owned businesses to put and fund more Black-owned businesses and put more money into the Black economy, basically. So yeah, long story short, Kylie's bought this dress. She ain't tagged the owners, tagged the company. Twitter's gone mad. As Twitter does. It don't take much to make Twitter go mad, but Twitter's gone crazy. Like, oh, why didn't you all them kind of things there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I could describe the movements of what Twitter trolls are like, it's
yeah, just
that is literally it. But you know, she tagged the woman in the end anyway. But I think there was arguments to that, because the argument is saying, listen, if you pay for a brand, why do I need to tag? I'm only going to tag it if you pay me. Yeah. That's how social influencers work, right?
Exactly.
But I think read the room in it. Just tag the brand. Obviously, I know you paid for it, but tag the brand, and you know what I mean, let more people invest in that business, especially with this whole movement that's going on. But I get why people were having her back.
Yeah. She come out and said, okay, this is just a reach. Why would I ever refuse to tag a brand and block comment? This is completely false. I think this brand is amazing and I wanted to show support and will continue to do so. Everyone go and check out at Loud Brand Studios. So like you said, after a while, she actually came out and said that the accusations were false, and why wouldn't she want to tag? Because I kind of hear it, like when I buy anything from ASOS or Topman or Boohoo or whatever, I'm not tagging them. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think there's a difference between them, ASOS and Loud Brand Studios. I think that is, and it's also the fact that Kylie Jenner is who Kylie Jenner is. I completely agree with the idea that, like, oh, as an influencer, maybe I kind of, because I know if I give you an endorsement, it's gonna do numbers for you. Maybe then the conversation that should be had was, okay, maybe I can get 10% of anything that gets sales that that come through me. Which you have to figure out a way of defining that and making sure that everything what is coming for you is coming through you. Fine, but I think it's when you think about it, you go, rah, this woman has so much money. Bro. So I'm a bit like, it's just like I want to boost this brand because I've just bought something that I thought was sick. Just tag them anyway. It's not the same as me tagging at ASOS. I've got like 1,000. I think I've got just over 1,000 followers. No one cares. No one cares what I have to say. People care what Kylie Jenner has to say. And that is as simple as that for me. The way I see it.
Playing devil's advocate to that. I think though, a lot of them people hyping up on Twitter, have they purchased from this girl's brand? A lot of black Twitter, they love to run their mouth, yeah. But have
in
you
Nigeria,
purchased from
what
this
they
girl?
do in Nigeria when they tell you to mind your business? They do this, innit?
Yeah. I just think, if you're not purchasing yet, you want to go and you buy from Pretty Little Things or you buy from ASOS. Like, you ain't posting when you buy something from this business. I think at the end of the day, the fact that she even bought from this brand, come on, man. Come on.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let me ask you a question then. Do you think this would have blown up half as much as it did if it didn't circulate around the time of Black Pound Day and around the Black Lives Matter movement?
No,
let's say this happened last year or next year. Do you think anyone would be like piping up saying, "Oh, why didn't she tag so and so? Why didn't?" I mean, I don't think it
wouldn't have.
People wouldn't care.
It's just on some cancel culture. I'm just over it. You know, you can't cancel the Jenners or Kardashians, can you really? Do you know what I mean? People can talk all they want to talk. They'll still buy their makeup. They'll still, do you know what I mean, gas them up. So people need to calm down. I swear. It can be a bit mad.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, mate. I don't think they would have cared at all if it wasn't the time. And it is exactly what you said. It's just a read the room moment where you kind of should have known better. But at the same time, I don't know how much Black Pound Day is being talked about in the US. I don't know if they have a black dollar there or anything. So, you know, it's kind of shit, but like, there's so many people that like are even close to home that I'd rather have a problem with for not sharing shit other than like Kylie Jenner. Like, this is what you're saying about it's Twitter, it's cancel culture, it's Twitter. But really, like I think about it, like the other day I put on my Instagram just so I kind of said like, if you're my good friend and you've seen that I've started a podcast and I've tagged you and I've followed you from that podcast and you've not even followed me back, you're a waste man. It's as simple as that.
Just that whole fact.
It's as simple as that because when it comes down to it, there are certain. I think everyone has certain friends where if, like, for example, Michael is always doing like different compositions to songs on his Instagram. Half the time, I don't even listen to it before I share it because that's my bread. I don't even listen to it. I just share it and then I'll listen to it, and like there's some people there's some friends that will expect that from you, and when it comes down to you and like you boosting your thing, they're not there. They're nowhere to be heard. I have friends that like have literally listened to like a minute of the podcast. Like, what, you can't sit through the whole thing, or you can't be playing it in the background while you're doing something because I'm your brethren, or you can't even follow our account. You can't share the account. Do you know, if you didn't follow me, fair enough, but at least share the account.
Yeah, no,
at least share the account, boost the profile. So it's that's why I'm like, I don't even really care too much about this Kylie Jenner stuff, because I've got enough shit going on in house that has pissed me off more so than this woman not doing something because she had a moment of like not really thinking about what was going on. But like, it is what it is. She's tagged them now. She's tagged them now, and Loud Brand Studios.
She supported the business, and she bought from them. That's the main thing. I didn't know, like, you know what I mean? People need to just look closer to home. Are you buying from there? You want to talk about Kylie Jenner? Kylie Jenner, no matter what, she still bought from that business at the end of the day. Better than most people have done. But yeah, you know, I look at closer to home. I don't expect anything from anyone, so that way I don't get disappointed. I think us starting this podcast, obviously, is what we wanted to do. Amazing. It will blow and it will do well. And those people that just wanted to dismiss it.
And following on from what you said, Fred, I think you're so right about like social media and that, because I feel like Instagram gives a lot of people a fake sense of reality or friendship. For example, we've started something now, and someone that you may class as a friend or a follower may not share it and may not like it and may not repost it, but you guys follow each other, which in my kind of thinking doesn't make us friends like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. My immediate friendship group, the 5 or 6, 7 random that I'm actually close with, I sent it to all of them. I even told you, man, the other day, like one brethren said, yo, I don't really mess with podcasts, and I wasn't really effing with the topic, but I watched it and you might have good chemistry still. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's, you ain't got to tell me that, oh, yo, it's the sickest thing I've ever heard in the world, you know, bro. Like, you ain't got to tell me all of that. Do you know what I mean? Just tell me the truth and give me some feedback. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's super important to don't get it twisted in it. I feel like we all, like you said in your post that day, we all see who's following and who's like reposting and who's showing love, innit? And if you're not, then, because some people don't see it going anywhere. That's the thing. People will never invest. People find it hard to invest in things they don't see that they can reap reward from. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So people in general don't tend to invest in anything that they're not directly involved in. And that's just also the case. So like, it is what it is. I kind of got over it, to be honest. It is. But don't mask on for favors, people. Yeah.
And don't tell us to share certain pages. Whether that's fitness brands, you know who you are. Whether that's other podcast people, you know who you are.
Yes, bro.
Black Pound Day is every day, yeah? It's every day. Invest in the black community every day.
Yeah, we're going to shout out. Maybe we should shout out a black business every week or something. So let's say this first one we're going to shout out is Made with Love by our friend Karis Anderson. She does amazing vegan meals. Like, when I say vegan meals, and I'm not a vegan, I've never made.
Nice. I need to try it. I need to.
Unbelievable. And like, fully trick your whole life, bruv. You put like a little thing in your mouth. I swear down, that's chicken, bruv. And it's not. But yeah, listen. It's paying. Make sure you're following her on Twitter at Karis with Love. Make sure you're if you're a vegan, goddessa, get some Jamaican food.
Even if you're not a vegan, bruv, like even if you're
just try it.
Carnivore, herbivore, omnivore, all of them.
I don't know what word is it like. Vicurious people there.
Michael listed everything. I'm dead.
Yeah, nah, for real. I'm not even lying, but I feel like I can at times be the most Nigerian person I know. Rice, stew, and chicken from early, bruv, before I could spell my name. You know what I'm saying? But for me now,
before I even knew what time tables was, bro.
Yeah, for me now to be eating. That means now for Karis to come now with the vegan options and that. Obviously, before, for me, my opinion of vegan alternatives have been trash before, like going Sainsbury's and that, and going Asda and that. I'm getting a vegan. Like, I remember I got like a beef substitute or something like that, and I was like, £5, what? Let me run it. Tried it. It was trash. But this food here, people, bro, I swear down, from that personal experience here, the food is great. Food is good.
Yeah, it's as simple as this. If you're vegan or not vegan and you just like good food, that's where that corn thing. What the hell is that corn thing? I don't know that Quinn. No, allow it. Get your food from Made with Love. Get your food from Made with Love from now on. Or learn how to cook with your not his stinking
Learn how to
self.
season.
Yeah.
Before you quickly move on from that, what are you guys' opinions on Black Pound Day in itself? Because I was looking into it, and I found it super interesting because obviously, I was watching a podcast. I think it was Chucky and that talking about it, and I heard that obviously other communities always fund it into themselves. So if you look at the Indian community, for example, or like the Bangladeshi community, they
Jewish.
have a or Jewish community, or if you go like Green Lanes, there's a Turkish community. Like they are like there's a massive kind of chain, and you can tell like when they actually have a community of shops or restaurants or do you know what I mean, or that kind of thing. But I feel like the Black community, you have that one yard spot in every end. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that
it's
one
hard,
yard.
isn't
Do
it?
you know what I mean?
Do you know what it is? It like my cousin. I got a cousin from. He's from here, but he lived in the States till he was like 20 something or 18 or something, and he was telling me about like the history of like Black Wall Street and all this stuff of like this was one hub in New York where Black people literally ran everything. Like it was only Black businesses. There's so like, but this community got literally wiped out by white people. Like they got rid of it. So you have to understand that it's not just a case of we not had the opportunity. It's just that when we've had the opportunity, sometimes it's been taken away from us as well. So I think it's so important now to invest in the Black economy, so we can. Money is power. It's as simple as that. And until we're on the same level as the majority, there's no way that we're going to be listened to. We can protest as much as we want. People have been protesting for decades and nothing's changed. Until we're in a place where we can financially say like we're your equal, and to be honest, we don't even need you. It will always be protest. It will always be 100%. Tweets and all that. So it has
with the money, like you said, comes power and comes authority and comes positions. Then we are then in a position to make the choices. I mean, so we're talking about having more Black casting directors or Black people in this or Black people in that. That will happen when we have more money, like you said, and the more power comes, we can put people in that hierarchy in it, so they can make the decisions in that. Yeah. So, yeah, man,
absolutely.
Yeah. Next.
So, all right, next subject. Yeah. So it must have been last episode now. We were talking about Jada Pinkett-Smith and August Alsina and Will Smith. And we promised, as soon as the Red Table Talk came out, we'd discuss it. See, the thing that dropped, yeah? Right. What the hell is an entanglement, first off, bruv? What the fuck is that, bruv? She is...
Bro.
I don't know.
She's the top general. And for you, like people that don't know what general means, it means you're a con. I mean, you deceive people there. Like, she's sick. I actually think she's actually quite sick. Like, not sick as in ill. I think she's on her stuff. Because, like, for you to sit there, do what you did and come up with a legitimate 11-letter word or whatever the hell it is to make it sound correct, that's hard. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? The man was
that's so media trained, isn't it? It's media training. And I feel like, as much as, like, I get why she did it, she didn't have the right to play it off. Do you know what I mean? She should have gone there and kind of owned up her shit. That's what, and I think that's why Will Smith was kind of like, what do you mean entanglement? Say it as it is. Say it as it is, because it is what it is. You were in a relationship with this man. And I also have to give a big shout out to his whole, like, resilience as a person. Like, the fact that I feel like, because at the end, he said something like, I remember what I told you when we got married, that I can love you through anything. And she was like, I didn't believe him. So what, you just got to test him every time? What, you just keep dashing trials at him?
Crazy,
what if I do this? I just
you know what's mad? When what she said that kind of got to me, when she said, I needed to feel good. Now, we have to understand that you don't need a man to make you feel good. You can do yoga. Yeah. You can go on a retreat. You can travel the world. There's so many things you can do. And this
she's got
peas, bro. She's got money, exactly. You don't need a man to make you feel good.
Not that money is happiness. Not that money is happiness. But I'm saying, like you said, if you don't need a man to feel good, go and find yourself. Other things. You know what I mean? Do something, bro.
Go and find yourself. You've got the money.
She was very. I think she said that, and then like after she did talk about how she realized that wasn't the right way to do it. She was very immature at that time and stuff. And but yeah, it's very tricky for me, man. I mean, like, as long as Will's I guess he's not as hurt about it as he was at the time. I can't really.
Yeah, he's over it now. They've held.
It is what it
held.
is. I just feel like
Amazing.
he's a much
Stronger man.
stronger person than me, man.
Bro, and he has been from early. Like the whole thing. I think I said it on the last episode. Like he had to deal with the whole Tupac situation. Like you're the woman you're in love with, and like you want to spend the rest of your life with. He's no longer with Tupac, but she's still in love with Tupac. Do you know what I mean?
That's that thing of like, I think the way it was is that they grew up together and were just bare close. And when it got to the point where they got to an age where, oh, actually, this could become a relationship or a sexual thing, she met Will. So that's that whole awkward situation the whole time, because there's this person that you love like a brother that probably should have ended up maybe being your husband or something, and you're married now. So I guess it's just a very awkward situation for him. And I know he said in interviews that he was extremely jealous of their like friendship.
Relationship.
Yeah. So it's just a bit mad. Like,
cool. How about this, man? Then, what is your opinions, or what are your opinions on open relationships? Like, could you ever be in one? Do you see how do you think they work, or like? Because
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just as in like I couldn't do it. Not me.
For
Never
me.
me.
For me, I think obviously each.
Yeah, he couldn't do it so much. He had to leave.
Yeah. Mine froze up again.
Right.
Mine froze up. Yeah. I was just saying that. Each of their own. Obviously, like whatever works for you, isn't it? I think some people it works for them. They get to a certain point in their marriage where it's like, yeah, and it works for them. Whether that's bringing someone else into the relationship, they become a throuple, whatever you call it.
A what?
Do you know what I mean? But
a throuple, bro. Throuple, bro.
That's 3 people in a relationship.
Is that a real word?
Yeah, bro.
That's a real word, bro.
So people are weird, isn't it? Why would you say throuple when the word for that is triple, bruv? Why would you say that?
Because it's like a couple, isn't it? It's like 3 people in a couple. It's mad.
I get it, but that word is triple. That word is actually triple. But
Well, each to their own, innit? But yeah.
I'm googling that right now.
Each their own, but however, this wasn't an open relationship. This is the thing that they've very much clarified, I think. From
they broke up, innit? They broke up because everyone's making out like as if they were in a relationship, but they'd broken up.
Yeah,
and then she did her thing. She needed to feel good, so she went to August. But you know, we all got her back.
Can I quickly read out this definition for throuple, please? Because I'm still laughing. It says, a throuple is a relationship between 3 people who all have unanimously agreed to be in a romantic loving relationship together with the consent of all people involved. You may also hear of a throuple referred to as a 3-way relationship, a triad, or a closed triad. Flipping out, bro.
Triad things. Gang shit, bro. Gang shit.
I like it.
Gang shit.
I think the way to it is responded to it. I just think it's like, I just think I'll put myself in that situation where I think, can you imagine if that came out? That takes, they, obviously because they're in a public eye, they feel like and obviously August went out public with it. They had to address it publicly and everything in the public eye. But we're not in their relationship, do you know what I mean? So the way I see it is like, obviously I know they'll get dragged and some things are funny, but it is a bit disrespectful at the same time. Because people act like as if they know their relationship. We don't know their relationship at the end of the day. But they got a close circle. The fact that kept quiet, they got a good circle, man.
Listen, you man, leave Will Smith alone. I'm telling you, Twitter now. If you don't leave Will Smith alone, I'm coming for your ads, bro. I'll get you all reported. Listen, this guy is so strong. Listen, if you have to think about it, like, look how much money this guy's net worth is massive. He could really, if he wanted to, he could have left this woman because regardless of what they were together, the relationship is under a marriage. He could have walked away from that relationship with all his money based on the fact that she'd committed adultery. Look at Dr. Dre's position right now. The first billionaire in hip hop is getting a divorce and losing half of his stuff.
Dr. Dre,
so you have to understand that, like, this guy is a deeper guy. He's strong and he loves with so much. He loves with all his heart. So I think.
Do you know what I'll say as well? I think it gets sticky when there's children involved. Let's say this whole thing. Let's say this whole thing was happening, and they didn't have children. I think Will may have still potentially cut, but I feel like because of Willow and what's the other brother's name?
Jaden.
Jaden, Willow and Jaden. I feel like he may potentially just be more inclined to try and make it work. Do you know what I mean? Just try and make it work.
Yeah,
It's love at the same time as well. We're not in a relationship.
Imagine being Willow. I'm going on Twitter and being like, oh, she's on scrolling her TL now, and she's just seen her mum's trending. Oh, why is mum trending? She's seen a video of August Alsina saying, yeah, mum was piping it. What?
Yeah.
She would have known as well. The kids would have known.
Yeah. Do you know what's madder than that? Is imagine being Jaden Smith knowing you introduced August to your mum and then seeing that trending. You're like, what? That's left. But I agree. I agree with what you said about him potentially it might have been different with kids, because you actually hear a lot of stories about people who kind of like get divorced after kids are like a certain age, because like they just kind of were there for the. But yeah, I don't know. It's tricky, you know. And
I think when you said them
bottom line, bottom line, leave Will Smith alone.
Leave Will Smith alone.
Don't make me do one of them. Leave that leave Britney alone video when she's under the duvet. Don't make me put some eyeliner and start making my own crying like leave Will Smith alone, bro. Because I will do it. I'll do it. So yeah, left him alone. Praise and light to that family though. Hopefully they seem to have a strong thing. So praise and light to them.
Healing now. So yeah, each their own.
Earlier this week we had Hamilton drop, innit, on Disney Plus.
Mad.
That was a massive moment. Like,
yeah,
obviously because we're all integrated within the theatre industry. I don't know about you guys, but that is all I was seeing on socials. Like, just that day and the day before, the day after. That's all I was seeing, bro. Like, it was incredible.
The Twitter algorithm went off, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, also, just before, we're not gonna review it the way we're gonna review Hamilton, but just a big shout out to everyone involved in Turn Up London. Like, it was lit.
Yeah.
Did enjoy it. Proper enjoyed it. We can't talk about it because certain people didn't get to see the whole thing, but certain people did.
Some people didn't buy a ticket and
wow. No. You see what had happened was I was misinformed. Man didn't know early on for 3 days. I thought it was set and man can catch, for a little while. So I was like, man, I'll get to that. And before I knew it, like I said, your Shaq, send me the link, bro. I want to watch that. And it was like, bro, that's it, done tonight. I said, pardon? He was like, what? Do that bro, I was burning. But if that's anyway, if anyone's watching this and they have it downloaded or on some sort of CD or whatever, I beg.
Yeah. Them on a bootleg thing.
Do you know what I mean?
Hashtag
stage. Definitely would have been people recording it.
Yeah, stagedoc.com.
But I can happily say, I think through people's Instagrams, I caught about a quarter of it. Do you know what I mean? Caught different phone angles and that. So
Instagram stories, just seeing about the same videos about 6 times. I was like, I want to see more than that, man. Bear. There was nothing but talent on the show that day.
It was great.
It was mad. It was mad.
The production team were it was great. Like that put together, I was just like, wow, they deserve top dollar for that. It was good.
Yeah, so big up yourselves. Anyway, let's talk about Hamilton then. Let's review this show. First off, it is mad. That show is mad.
It's madness, bro.
What do you guys say? What was your favorite bits or your favorite actors? Your what kind of stood out to you throughout the show?
It was just the bit where it's the Scarlet Sisters. Who was that? I forgot. I'm really bad at names. The one
which character?
She was the one that it goes in reverse. So she was talking.
Angelica.
That's Renee. Renee something.
Renee,
so she's obviously there singing, then she's breaking it down, rapping, and then everyone's going in reverse. And I was like, this is the artistry. Like, whoever choreographed that, it was insane. That's probably one of my favorite bits.
The choreographer is ridiculous.
I was going to say, shout out to one bit, that I've been talking about since I watched it, because I got my mates in it when I watched it back then. Actually, even the first time I watched it in London. The one bit of choreography that is mad is when they're rowing the boats. You might not even have seen it, guys. You might have missed it. Watch it again, When I don't give a shit about spoilers, because if you haven't watched it, then you're a waste man anyway. So you deserve it.
That's in 2016 or something like that.
If you haven't watched this, what are you doing, idiot? But yeah, there's a bit when I think there's two ensemble members, 2 dancers, and they're rowing the boat and they're rowing on the revolve, and the way they're moving their legs. When I saw that first time, I was like, that is nuts. And I don't know why. I always look out for that moment whenever I'm watching it now, because of streaming and shit.
After the after the duel with Hamilton and Burr, innit, and he gets popped.
After
and the thing about that part is the words are saying I think they say we row him across the river, across the Hudson at dawn.
Yeah.
As they're saying that lines, they're doing that action, and it's on the revolve, and the lights are looking all kind of crazy. I'm thinking, right, this is just magic, bro.
It's just nuts. It's genius, and just everything about it. I
think my favorite bit.
No, you go.
I think the bit that I liked the most for me, or the bit that I found the most interesting was I found this out after I watched it, but I'll tell you what it was. It was this wasn't initially my favorite bit, but it is now. The character that plays the Bullet. So in London, it was Leah Hill. But I don't know who it was on Broadway or in Hamilton show. But the character that plays the Bullet, after King George sings "You'll Be Back," she has that little thing where she gets popped for the neck and then she dies, and then she then becomes a continuous symbol of death throughout the show. She dies at that scene, and then she catches the bullet and takes it over Hamilton, and then she's the same character that meets Philip Schuyler before he does his drill, and he dies, and she's every time someone gets locked off, she was part of it, and I was like,
I was moving like Grim Reaper, bro. Yes, that's a sick role, bro. She's like, I am death.
I was thinking, like, how are you thinking that deeply into a show and casting roles? Like, you're adding so much depth to even an ensemble character that they have such a key part to it. I mean, I think that just goes to show that Hamilton, there was really no kind of ensemble, really. Everyone is
it's no hierarchy, which is like
the whole thing is it's an ensemble piece. It's like Greek theatre, bro. The whole thing is like Greek theatre. It's unbelievable. I wanted to shout out David Diggs, who plays Lafayette and Jefferson. As much as honestly, that show was insane. I love every single actor, but there's something about David Diggs, and it's literally because that guy is hip hop. You see it in him when he's on stage. When he's rapping, you see him, he's moving with it and he feels it. And that, for me, when I watch that, as someone who's literally grown up on hip hop, I'm named after a rapper. My dad named me after Tupac Shakur, bro. I've grown up on hip hop. So all I've known my whole life was hip hop until I started doing theatre and listening to other stuff. The way that he just fully encapsulates it, and it's because he's a rapper. So when you're hearing him, that every day while slaves were being slaughtered and carted away across the waves, he struggled
and kept his guard up.
Right. He knows that he feels it. And as sick as everyone else was, he really stood out to me just because I felt like he really got it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that anyone was shit at all.
I think you can really tell that about his personal character. I think like David Diggs, aside from Hamilton, is such an intelligent and well-educated, and the way he articulates himself, it's so sick that when you take someone like him as an individual and put him into a character, that's when you get that beautiful mix of what's his name, Lafayette and Jefferson.
And Jefferson,
Because like you said, you can tell that off screen or off stage, he's just that guy. So he comes with the swagger and he comes with the levels. Like it's just different. Different.
And big up the fella that played Hercules Mulligan back in the day. Cause he's different, bro.
Big
energy, Big Oak, energy.
He got energy.
The hurricane came and devastation rained on man. So
with his big bass voice,
down the drain, the pencil through his temple, connected it through his brain.
Whoa! Oh, he saved that bit. That's a self-tape there.
Hey.
Michael's getting ready. He's getting ready for them auditions, you know. He's getting ready.
If you could pick another show that you could see on like maybe Disney Plus or a streaming thing in that format, what would you pick individually, both of you?
If I could see another show done cinematically in that format, when we had the discussion the other day, I initially went to say Memphis, innit? Memphis the musical.
Memphis, yeah.
When I saw that in London, 2015, I saw that in London. I was blown away. And I think Beverly Knight. And I think the way like Hamilton was captured with like the close-ups and the like the 360 angles and that, I think like Memphis could be an interesting show to capture like that. But I could have named so many, but that's like the first one that came to my head.
On the note of Memphis,
In the Heights, isn't it? But that's getting made into a film anyway.
Yeah. Just quickly on the note of Memphis, I know I didn't want to talk too much about Turn Out London, but Rachel John, oh woman, you are different. You are so sick. And like, I know you're not even gonna watch this.
The hell out of it.
This ain't even gonna reach you, but you are insane. And that's that's my favorite female song in musical theatre. Like I love.
I had to tweet her.
Colored woman.
Yeah, she's fucking unreal. Like I just
That song that I didn't think anyone could top Beverly Knight. Yeah, but she just took me to church when she was singing that. I had to tweet her. I said, "Listen, I'm in love." I don't know why I did that. I got carried away.
I got carried away.
That song beautiful, but the way it's written as well, the way the chords go, and like it's a bit that goes, keeps on running scared. I don't know that particular section of the song, just gets me every time in the feels, fam. Even right now, man.
That right at the end, Yeah, if I was going to pick anything that could go on DVD or on that platform like that, I'd like to see Colour Purple, just purely based on the fact that I've not seen it, and the clips I've seen just look mad. I've never seen it.
Have you seen the film though? Have you seen the film?
Yeah, I've seen the film.
I haven't seen the stage version. No, I really want to see the stage version.
Yeah. I saw it in Birmingham. Birmingham Hippodrome. Oh my days, bro. That one there when they sang what's it called? Like a rain of the
the song Colour Purple. Colour Purple, that one. I didn't type that song.
I'm so bad with names, I swear down. But
Colour
that song there, bruv, it's literally like, you know in Hamilton when they all in the opening number, when they all come in the line and say that whatever it is, there's a similar thing Colour Purple where they all come on stage and can make a harmony, and I was just like taken aback. I was like, raw vocals, bruv,
bruv,
all spine tingling, hair up and that. But that needs to be seen.
That's my pick. I'd like to see Cynthia Erivo and Jennifer Hudson together. Like, I'd love to see that Broadway version.
Yeah, that would be iconic, to be honest. That would be iconic. That was a madness with that whole Birmingham thing. But we won't go into that. But that was on tour. I think you guys were on tour as well, Motown.
Yeah, we were on tour, So we were talking about Hamilton, I wanted to bring up a debate because, you know me, I'm a rap, as I've just said earlier on today, I'm a rap head. Now, Mr. Mr. Lin-Manuel Miranda, big
OG.
Lin. I'd like to ask and discuss where, if we lived in an alternate universe, which probably exists, in which Lin-Manuel Miranda was a rapper, where would he stack in terms of our modern day rappers now? And in order to help us with this, I've actually made my own little tier list of things we can look at.
Hey Fred,
so if you could just...
Malcolm like Blue Peter, like, here's what I made before.
So here's what I made earlier on. It actually took me a very long time to figure this out. So I'll break it down for you once you see it. It's coming on the screen now. So if you see what I see, you'll see that I put it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different categories.
Put trash, I'm done.
Well, I don't care, I'll say it with chest. So we've got the GOAT section. Yeah. Well, I'll read it through as you see. So at the top, we have our GOATs, the greatest of all time. And there's little, there's criteria.
You missed some people out, bruv.
Listen, my criteria is 1, there must be alive and active rappers. Alive, active rappers.
Okay.
For what?
Okay.
For 2, no, I think that's it. No, basically, for 2, they have to be lyricists. I had to fill up the trash one with ones that weren't lyricists, just purely out the fact that there weren't as many, and the website I got it from, there weren't many rappers to choose from. Right, so we've got the GOAT tier at the top. This is my opinion. If you don't like it, anyone at home, I don't business. So we have our GOAT section. We got Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z, J. Cole, Drake, and Eminem. Below them is the elite section: Royce da 5'9", Snoop Dogg, Childish Gambino, Joey Badass, and Rhapsody. Below them, good: Chance the Rapper, Joyner Lucas, Meek Mill, Wale, Kanye West. Average: Big Sean, Lil Wayne, that's what's his name? Wiz Khalifa, Tyga,
Wiz
and Nicki
Khalifa,
Minaj. Below average, I got Machine Gun Kelly, French Montana, Logic, Post Malone, and Gucci Mane. And in the bottom, at trash, I've put Macklemore, 6ix9ine, Lil Nas X, Designer, and Bad Baby. Right. Before you come for me for everyone who sees this, why is Kanye West not in the GOAT section? It's because I've done it based on lyricists. I've not done it based on producers, because if I did it based on producers, he would be up there. Snoop Dogg probably wouldn't be that high up if I said rappers and producers. Kanye West is a great producer. He is not a better rapper than anyone even before him in this tier. So that's as simple as that. He's not a better lyricist than Eminem, Drake, J. Cole, Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar. He's not better than Royce da 5'9". He's not better than Childish Gambino. He doesn't touch Snoop Dogg, and he's not better than Rhapsody. So that's how I feel about it. Now, Lin-Manuel Miranda, where does he sit in this area? And just as
lyricists.
In terms of lyricists, if we look at his lyrics in his shows and the other stuff he's done, so he did a mixtape called the Hamilton Mixtape, and he discussed, and basically it's just him with like loads of different rappers, and they kind of come together to do the compilation album based off of the songs from Hamilton. I'm just going to read you the lyrics to hit the one track that he's in called Wrote My Way Out. So it starts with this. High speed, dubbing these rhymes in my dual cassette deck. Running out of time like I'm Jonathan Larson's rent check. My mind is where the wild things are. Maurice Sendak. In withdrawal, I want it all. Please give me that pen back. Y'all, I caught my first beating from the other kids when I was caught reading. Oh, you think you're smart? Blow, start bleeding. My pops tried in vain to get me to fight back. My sister tapped my brain, said, psh, you'll get him right back. Yeah, that's the first half, yeah? Next bit. Oversensitive, defenseless, I made the bet. Oh, right. Oh, it's a bit wordy. Wait a minute. Oh, oversensitive, defenseless, I made sense of it. I pencil in the lengths to which I go to learn my strengths and knock them senseless. These sentences are endless, so what if they leave me friendless? Damn, you got no chill. Fucking right, I'm relentless. I know a brother's near... First off, next bit, it's a little reference to In the Heights. I know a brother's never really gonna win the lottery, so it's up to me to draw blood with this pen, hit an artery. This Puerto Rican's brains are leaking through the speakers, and if he can be the shining beacon on this side of the GWB and shine the light when it's grey out, I wrote my way out. See him there. Where does he sit? There.
Okay, before we continue, this man is a master of, what's the word? Oh,
breath
the word's
control.
completely gone. Not even
Breath
just breath
control.
control. Breath control, but then when you
Yes.
consistently reuse themes, when you reuse consistent themes throughout your work, this man is a master. In a song that is not in a musical, he mentioned the In the Heights reference, wrote the way out the Hamilton reference. Even in the show Hamilton, he references several different motifs. That's what I'm looking for. The amount of motifs that this man reuses in different tracks and makes them make sense is ridiculous. But anyway, back to this tier list thing now, yeah.
My only argument with that is that is literally what every single person on this list does as well. Because that's just part of rap. If you know what I mean. As much as he's sick at it, that is literally what every rapper there does.
Yeah.
They talk about pop culture.
I would put him in... I'd put him in elite, to be honest. And the reason why I'd put him in elite is because the guy, obviously, lyrically, he's great. But the fact that he can tell us... Obviously, I know that a lot of some of these rappers, they can tell a story from what they're doing. But to do what he's done, and to the scale of he's done, from a nobody, to do what he's done, yeah, I think we've got to put him in elite. I say go is a bit far. So we're going to put him there, but I'll put...
You see where I'm putting him? You see where I'm putting him in GOAT? I'm putting him in GOAT. Because one... He just ticks all the boxes for me. Delivery, flow, uniqueness, his style, the rhymes, his unique selling point. He's flipping Puerto Rican. Bro, for me, he sits and goes. I feel like it's hard to say that he's better than a lot of people, but I think what makes him better is that he's so different and he's so consistent and he's so good. I said to Shaq earlier, imagine if we have like what? We've had like at least 10 years, or let's say 5 years. We've had at least 5 years of all of these rappers, yeah? Imagine we had 5 years of Lin-Manuel Miranda as an artist, not as a Michael Theatre. As an artist, yeah, developing his craft as a rapper, bro. Forget about it.
He'll be unstoppable. Like the fact that he can do what he did. He sat down, had an idea. Yeah, I know these guys have an idea. They have an album, yeah, but you sat down and you visioned this masterpiece and you brought it to life. I'm sorry, you've done it on 2 occasions. Come on.
I lied about. Let me add my point. He also raps. He raps grammatically.
Yeah.
The only person I think that does that similarly is Eminem. Eminem and Kendrick do that quite similarly as well.
Eminem tells a story, yeah.
They use commas where they take their breaths when they're rapping is where you would find a comma in a speech or in a poem. I mean, like it's to me, go.
All right. I can't see him going any higher for me than good. Personally.
Whoa.
Or maybe he scrapes an elite, but I don't see the reason why. Because we talked about his delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Can we really speak on his delivery when a lot of his lyrics are said by other people? So you think about it, he's an incredible writer, but would he be a great rapper? Would people want to go and listen to his voice for 13 to maybe 14 tracks. I don't know.
If you're a proper rap fan, if you're a proper rap fan or lyricist fan, you'll say yeah. I'll say yeah.
I'll tell you why I say yes. Yeah, I'll tell you why I say it. Because in Hamilton, the show, not only in Hamilton, but in the Heights as well, the characters he plays. So Alexander Hamilton himself has, in my opinion, and I think this is a fact, but in my opinion, the hardest rapping track in the show.
Yeah.
My shot from top to beginning.
Yeah,
maybe not. Yeah, he has the hardest rap track. My shot in itself is a madness. But anyway, forget that. The fact that he can do stuff like that, makes me have no doubt that even if he was to rap every other part of the show, it would still sound just as Nang, if not Nanger, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Obviously,
and you're not forgetting he's writing these other people's parts as well. He's not just writing for himself. He's writing these other parts, and they're sounding so different. And how do you merge that? Come on.
But that's basically like saying, Richard Rogers from Rodgers and Hammerstein would be a sick singer because he writes music. Do you know what I mean? It's not as you can write a song for someone and it's down and it be better because that person's rapping it. Do you know how people that like Drake, for example, has had ghostwriters. Dr. Dre has had ghostwriters. That doesn't mean that these writers are necessarily shit. It's just the fact that they couldn't have done those bars. They couldn't have.
But it's their style. What I'm saying is, it's their style. It's just like Ed Sheeran. If he writes a song, it's from Ed Sheeran. What I'm saying from Lin-Manuel,
Dr. Dre don't have a style.
the way that guy wrote the album for like the guy that sounded like DMX in Hamilton. Yeah, I forgot the name of the character now.
Hercules Melody.
You would think. I'm not in fact. You would actually think that DMX wrote it. This is what I'm saying. He's actually the guy's genius. Like the way he.
I'm sorry, whether or not he's writing for other characters or not, the fact that he has proven himself to spit and to rap the way he does gives me so much confidence that even if he wasn't writing for other people and kept what he was writing for himself, he would still deliver it. You know what I'm saying? He would still deliver it.
Fine. As much as I
love him. What are you placing Shaq then?
As much as I love him,
good.
I'd say...
Shaq's good.
No, I'll say, with what everyone said, I would say, he probably does sit in the elite. If Joey Badass sits in the elite, then he has to sit in the elite. However, there's no way he's a GOAT. He is not a GOAT. Look at the people I've put on the GOAT list. He's not better than Kendrick Lamar. He's not better than Jay-Z. He's not better than Eminem. Maybe you could push a fight with J. Cole and Drake. I wouldn't, and I'll be like, all right, fair enough. But he's not better than them three.
I think
he's not.
Why would you say? Quick question. Why do you say Drake is a GOAT?
No.
Why would you say Drake's a GOAT?
Drake. He's made more money than any rapper in the history of. He makes hit after hit after hit.
That's what makes someone a GOAT. I'm saying the lyrics.
Listen. I'm doing it based off of the fact. I'm doing it based off the fact that Drake is considered in the three rappers everyone talks about: Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. So he has to go on the GOAT list. He has to. Regardless of how I feel about him, I don't listen to Drake. But regardless of how I feel about him,
I'll tell you why. Drake is a GOAT because of his versatility. Everyone rates Drake because of how versatile he is. Drake jumps on everything and anything and makes it sound very, very good.
Drake has not had a good album since maybe Take Care. However, if you did a playlist of his best songs and put that out as an album, it could challenge like a 2014 Forest Hills Drive from a J. Cole. It could challenge a Good Kid, Mad City just based off the catalog alone. He has to go up there. And when he does stuff, people listen. So you can't not be on the GOAT area. I don't think he's a better rapper than Lin-Manuel Miranda, not at all. But he's up there. Out of the two people that I'd be like, maybe. And I'm even actually disrespecting, I feel, J. Cole a little bit by saying, maybe. I actually think the only person that he's on the level with is Drake, because he's not. There's no way you could. Even if you sat him down here today and went, "Are you better than Eminem?" He's not going to tell you yes. If you ask him, "Are you better than Jay-Z?" He's not going to say yes. And it's not just because he's humble. If you said like, regardless of how you feel about it, he's not telling you with a straight face he's better than Eminem, Jay-Z, and Kendrick Lamar. He has to be an elite. He has to be elite. He can't get higher than that.
All right, hear me out. So I don't think Lin-Manuel Miranda is better than Eminem, Kendrick, or Jay-Z. Or maybe even J. Cole. I don't think he's better than any of those people. But what puts people like Eminem, for example, in that GOAT space, for me, is the fact, one, everyone knows Eminem for his delivery and his speed, right? That's a very Eminem trait. And his lyrics as well. The way he combines lyrics, speed, and delivery is ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? I feel like all of these people in the GOAT have what makes them unique. And I feel like the fact Lin-Manuel's style is so sick, and the fact that he only does what he does, for me, puts him up there. That's what puts him up there.
But does he do anything?
Does
he have his own style?
Yeah,
but does he have his own style? Well, how can you? But then how can you say, oh, this stuff sounds like DMX? Then how can you say, oh, this style sounds like that? Because that's not his style. Then his style is Alexander Hamilton.
He purposely wrote it. Do you know what I mean?
That's not his style. You can do it on purpose. I could purposely take lyrics from Royce da 5'9" and say that's mine. That's still not mine. Do you know what I mean? I could purposely take an Eminem flow and then go, yeah, that's mine. It's not my flow.
That's not what he's doing. That's not what he's doing. I think the flows that he's taken, so the DMX flow or any other flow, or for example, Destiny's Child, with the Skylar Sisters, with the three-way harmonies, all them things there, yeah. He is implementing traditional, or like, you know, artists that we all know and love into his piece of theatre, innit? That's cool. That's all fair and fine. But you can't sit there and tell me the whole Hamilton is taken from other people's work. It's really not. He's added in.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying he's got lots of styles that he's taken from. And even in bits. So you've got I am the AL, EX, AN, D, ER, we are meant to be. That is, I'm the NO, TO, OR, O, US, you just, lay down, slow. That's Biggie. So that is literally teething. And if you don't know, now you know, Mr. President.
Yeah, he's put some home, you know, like.
I think it's paying tribute. In my opinion, I think it's paying tribute.
It's paying tribute. That's the word.
I would say it's paying tribute. Yeah. I would argue that it's not paying tribute.
There's another hour and a half of that show, which for me is just pure Lin. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like my shot, for example, after you said I'm the AL, EX, AND, ER, we are meant to be a Carlin leader, runs independent, lead me well. The rest of that, that's for me. That's just Lin spitting, wilding out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
obviously.
That's sick.
So I feel like maybe because I'm slightly biased, I'm putting him in GOAT, but I feel like even if he is at elite, he's at the front of elite, really and truly. In my opinion,
he's not better than Royce da 5'9".
Random question. Okay, so you put Nicki Minaj as average, yeah? Where would you place Missy Elliott? Because she's not an explicit.
Go.
Yeah.
She touches elite GOAT area. She has to. She's better than Nicki.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Wow,
sorry.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry. One more thing to back it up here. Yeah. I don't think I can say that based on ability alone, like pure rapping ability, that he can fit, that Lin-Manuel can fit into GOAT, because I don't think he can beat those guys there. But what I'm taking into consideration is not only his ability, but his style, in my opinion, the way he does it and his delivery in it. Like for me, and the fact that he does it in theatre as well. Maybe I shouldn't add that in the mix. Maybe I should separate my brain from that.
The hypothetical is that he's a rapper. So like, irregardless of all the theatre stuff, just we're using the theatre stuff as a reference point to his style and his ability. But so we talk about like how good he is at like internal rhyming and all that stuff. But like, I don't see him in the GOAT section, because I think at a GOAT section you have to be able to touch like at least have even got near to a level of Eminem style. Because I think when I think about where to look for in terms of great rappers, you have to look Eminem as the top in that tier list. He is the number one person. You can't rap faster than him. You can't rhyme better than him. Your flow is never going to touch his flow. Eminem is probably the guy.
And the way he changes his flow, so like in one track, he's spitting in one way and flip it. Like he's ridiculous. Eminem is actually ridiculous.
I'm gonna read, because we read a Lin-Manuel Miranda verse. I'm gonna read a bit of a verse from Eminem, and I'm gonna count how many rhymes he does in that one bit. We're gonna count how many rhymes there are in it.
I'm gone.
So you're looking at Attila, the psychopathic killer, the caterpillar. Don't tell me when I'm supposed to rap until, especially when your favorite rapper isn't even half as ill. A savage still, the track's a banana peel, attacking the silverback gorilla. You're having a little trouble fathoming this is actually happening, like Anderson Silva. 1 minute. Back when he snapped his shin in half and then had the shit hanging by a flapper skin after he tried to plant the shit back on the mat again. That's 8 bars. That's about 8 bars. He can't touch GOAT. And that's just one of those 5 people. I could give you a Kendrick Lamar verse that would be mad. Brace yourself, I'll take you on a trip down memory lane. This is not different levels. So he has to sit in elite. I would say maybe, okay, he probably is a better rapper than Snoop Dogg. He probably is a better rapper than...
Yeah, he is.
He's definitely a rapper.
Snoop Dogg's just a gangster.
Better rapper.
No, but you have to... If you listen to old Snoop Dogg, old Snoop Dogg, like 1990s Snoop Dogg, is unfuckwithable.
But the thing about Snoop Dogg...
I can't even argue it.
Because Snoop Dogg spits kind of slow, people underrate it. Do you know how much technique it takes to have that much gap in your music? He leaves so much breathing room for his music, and the way he raps over a bar. So you have like a bar of 4. He will do it and continue to rap over, and then it's different. It's different.
I feel like I think with rap, when people look at rap, they kind of look at it as a sense of like, oh, that's really fast, or oh yeah, that rhymes really well. But actually, it's so much deeper than that. It's how are you sitting on the beat? Yeah. Snoop Dogg lives inside the pocket of any beat that he's on, and like when he was younger, he used to rap way faster. Like, do you know what I mean? 1, 2, 3 to the folks. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is that the dog. But they make it different. So like it's. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think maybe elite, maybe good. I think he's somewhere within that area.
You know what? I will compromise, and I'll happily sit him at the front of elite.
Michael's backtrack.
He's not.
I'll sit in front of elite.
He's not better than Royce, man. He's not. He's not.
Look at me all day. Let's just say he's in elite, innit?
Okay, we're gonna say he's an elite, yeah. He's second place behind Royce to 5'9", and the screen stop being shared, so it don't matter anymore. Don't count. Thing done.
This guy.
Right.
This guy.
No, all right. He's elite. We'll say he's elite. Yeah. I also don't think it's fair to put him in the GOAT area when he hasn't had enough, like actual rap material out.
That's true.
Yeah. Quick disclaimer before you start hating on us as well. Lin-Manuel Miranda is a don. He's sick, and we do love him and respect him as an artist. Wow. We can't say he's better. I couldn't personally say he's a GOAT because he hasn't got enough material out as a rapper to say that. Based off his ability as to put a flow together and rhyme, not just at the end of the line, but rhyme internally and all that stuff. He can sit in the elite. There's some rappers on there that I don't think he's as good as, but he is definitely in that.
But you know
based off that alone, he has to sit in the elite.
To back your point as well about not having the same amount of time, this is Lin-Manuel. I don't know him personally. I wish I did, but I don't. But from the outside, it looks like he doesn't seem as the kind of person that has spent years and years dedicating his time to perfecting his craft as a rapper. So imagine the stuff he's doing now as someone who just, he just loves rap and just loves performing. He's just he's just a rap fan that has got skills. Imagine he spent a good 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years dedicating his time to perfecting his craft. And bro, I think he's sitting in that GOAT level. I will happily say. I think
it's going back now.
But no.
This
but the screen stopped being shared.
Reaching for GOAT,
This guy's
reaching for GOAT. I'm gonna lose my head, bruv.
Hey Lin, I hope you're seeing this. I'm backing you, bruv. I'm backing the team, bruv.
Listen, Lin. I want a job in the future, so don't watch what I'm saying.
Cast us, innit? Cast us.
Listen. I've had a bit too much water today. I don't know. I feel like it's gone to my head a bit. Ignore what I was saying. You are a different level.
Man.
No, that's sick. He is sick. He is sick. I think I'm just coming based off the fact that I'm a really sick rapper as well.
Hey. Drop that one. Drop that one.
Turn up London.
So talking about,
why did I not get the call, They didn't get. Listen, Turn Up London never gave me the call, bruv. I saw the rap bit, and I was like, "Where's my phone call?" Because I know I would have dropped a nasty little.
I can't lie.
There.
Okay. Is it out there that you're at? That's the thing. Is it out
there?
Yeah, he's got a page. He's got a page, bruv.
No, I know he's got a page, but I'm saying is.
It's not out there. It's a joke. It's only a joke. I didn't expect to be called for nothing from them, from those lot. I didn't ever. There's no way. Why would they? They don't know the fuck I am. I'm just a person who wants to make music. It is what it is. I could have dropped to 16. It don't matter. I'm not.
I love it. I love it, bro. Imagine if there was no flipping coronavirus. Yeah, I can imagine Shaq being the kind of person to be at the concert at the actual venue and just be there like, hey, where's backstage, bro? Man, just jump.
See, you lot like me, put me in a mad light, I'm a nice person, Listen, I'm a really nice person. I'm lovely, I just got
hopefully the next one they'll look for more black talent as well. Hopefully it's not just the same cherry.
It should be an annual thing. They should do that every
Definitely,
year.
they should do it annually though. Like it was really good.
100%.
All right, guys. So this has been episode 3 of the TBH podcast. We hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share that. Like we said earlier, if you don't do that, we know who you are. Don't worry.
If you watch 3 seconds of this video and you don't share it, waste, man. As simple as that.
Also, shout out to the new subscribers as well.
Yeah, big up the new subscribers. Big up all the people that are sharing it as well on social media. People that there are people I haven't spoken to in ages that are sharing these things, and I'm not even fathoming the idea of these people watching it. So yeah, big up the subscribers, the sharers, and all the support that we're getting so far. Big love, man.
Yeah, peace and love, people. Thank you so much.
Yo,
wow,
we out.